Exercises for emotional release at the heart center, the center of emotional intensity and transformation, correlated to shedding nitrogen-rich leaves, providing energy to break down old patterns, nourishing the heart for new growth. Visualizing releasing broadleaf banana leaves helps us to release big, intense feelings and emotions such as overexcitement, deep love, or overwhelming grief. And visualizing releasing nettle leaves helps us to release spiky emotions such as frustration, anger, and irritation. While visualizing releasing cabbage and lettuce leaves helps us to release the excess baggage of chronic emotions such as anxiety, limiting or obsessive thoughts.
And today we're looking at the mantra word Hariyan, which means destroyer. And it's related to, interestingly, the heart chakra. It's also related to the natural force of the sunlight and its energy of fire that is accumulated in ripening fruits and also the transformation of their energy as they decay. And they are correlated to those kind of leaves which are fueled by nutrient-dense, fertile soil that enables them to grow quickly and also to decompose quickly. And so the kind of leaves that these plants produce are those leaves that are rich with nitrogen, because nitrogen is the substance that helps to fuel, give energy to, give life force to the growth of plants in a quick way, but it's also very quickly decomposed and transformed. So those kind of leaves which we want to be shedding that are nutrient rich with nitrogen are those that correlate to the kinds of emotions that we might have that are very intense and so really touch us at the heart. So they might be like big feelings like overexcited joy or deep love or deep grief. And while not all of them are necessarily negative, when they're very big and intense, they can really overwhelm the heart. And those kind of emotions are related to tropical broadleaf plants, such as the banana plants, a fruit. And this also grows very quickly in nitrogen-rich soil, and it also decomposes quickly. So we'll be looking at a movement that relates to the banana plant and its big leaves, and that helps us to really release these intense emotions. Other kinds of emotions that are related to the heart and that we can help ourselves release through the type of plant that's like a stinging nettle, which is quite sharp and sudden and spiky. And these kind of emotions are those where we have like moments of frustration or anger or irritation. And so by learning to release these kind of emotions, imagining the stinging nettles, we can help ourselves also clear what we have obstructing the heart center. And the third type of leaf that is also nitrogen rich, and this would represent also again another kind of feeling that tends to cover the heart, overlay it with excess baggage, are those kind of leaves which are like cabbages or lettuces, and these grow very prolifically, like, you know, there's so much of them, there's kind of like an overload of them. And, you know, in and of themselves, a couple of them are not a problem, but they can like kind of overgrow the garden, and they can produce overwhelm. So like small feelings like, you know, subtle anxieties or worry or a little bit of stress, which normally if there's just a couple of these, we can deal with it in and of itself, it's not a problem. But when we have these feelings repeatedly, or if there's a thought that we become obsessed about, then that can like overlay and grow and become a problem and become really like, you know, a big kind of armor in front of the heart, closing and covering the heart. So basically, as we work with releasing these different kinds of nitrogen-rich leaves, we're also working with releasing and transforming these kind of emotions that we experience at the heart center. And the interesting thing is that as we learn to transform intense emotions, they can actually also be very useful to help us in our personal growth and to transform certain aspects of our lives. And as we do so, we also help to reveal our deeper core, our deeper self, so that we can then move forwards in greater alignment with our authentic self and our authentic intentions and priorities and values. So the exercises that I'm going to show you now are exercises that you can use as standalone exercises. Actually, all of those that I've shown you in this course can also be used as standalone exercises. And in this case, it's like very good if you have, you know, this kind of emotion that is overloading you, and you can say, all right, now I'm going to work through this, and you can use, for example, one of these that I'll show you now. So the first exercise I'm going to show you are for these big, intense feelings like overexcitement of joy or deep grief or deep love that's just like, don't know how to contain it. So we'll be imagining this like these like big, broad leaves of bananas. So we're going to start with your fingers interlaced underneath, and we'll turn to your right, and we then twist over to your left and stretch out the arms. And this time we're going to come with the right hand pulling back, the left one is forwards, and then push and pull at the same time. And the hand that's pushing is at 90 degrees to the wrist. And then we come back with that hand to, again, the initial position on your right. So let's do that again. So we go one, wrap it round with the right hand and push and pull with the left. Okay, and then we go back and exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale. And inhale, center. So you see that this exercise can be like quite intense in its movement, and we're holding the center of the movement with our abdominals. And we get quite a swing out of that. There's a real kind of feeling of expansion and pushing, so you can see that's working with these intense emotions. The next exercise is how we release emotions that are like the irritation, the frustration, the anger. It's like we're releasing, imagining that we release these stinging nettle leaves. And that's like quite a sharp release. So that might be something like this. We bring the arms up over the head, slightly behind the head, and bending the knees slightly, feet hip width apart. We then like really throw the arms out, so we bend them, the elbows slightly so the hands are behind the head, and then we circle back. So inhale as you circle back, exhale as you throw the arms out from the elbows, from the shoulders, from the wrists. And there's something also happening with the spine as we do that, so we're going. So as you exhale, your spine is curved back and your abdominals are pulled in and your arms are forwards. As you inhale, you slightly arch the spine, keep the knees bent, lift up with the abdominals so you don't put weight on your lower back. And swing round and so as you throw the arms forwards, you pull your spine back with your abdominals into your spine so that you get this arch. And then lift, inhale. So this kind of like jolt as you throw the arms forwards, ricocheting through the joints of the shoulders and the elbows and the wrists. This is really good to release that kind of anger and frustration. As I say, imagine you're getting rid of those stinging nettle plants, leaves. And so you begin to feel that. It actually really does feel quite clearing in the heart center. And now we come to also the kind of emotions that accumulate, the cumulative emotions that become like excess baggage that kind of build a wall in front of the heart. And with this we're going to be moving through with a push-pull movement, and we're pushing with your right hand, pulling with your left, and the hands are up at 90 degrees to the wrist, and then we swap around so that that right hand is facing towards us and the left hand is facing away, and then we push-pull in the opposite direction. So we're inhaling and exhaling. And do it so that your torso is twisting, but try to keep your hips fixed. So they're not like twisting left and right, they stay fixed as you swing from the navel. And just your torso is twisting. And also with this you can imagine an added layer of visualization, especially when you do the practice of Gobinde Mukande and you get to this movement in the sequence. Because this is related also to fruits that are ripening and then falling from the tree into decay, you can imagine that you're pushing the fruits away or plucking them from the tree and pulling them back. So as you pull the hand back, you kind of twist it, and it's almost like it's holding a fruit in it. Okay, Let's put all of those 3 exercises together and experience them in a flow and see how that lightens your heart center. So feet hip width apart, knees over the toes, spine straight, tailbone slightly tucked under. We'll begin with the broad leaf nitrogen leaves, such as in the banana plant. Twist over to your right and then to your left. Stretch out, bring the right hand back and forwards, and turn again. Really get your back arms swinging with it as well. And get that quite strong push. It's almost like a martial art movement. And inhale. And exhale. Feel the heart beginning to circulate and release. And now come to the second exercise. We imagine we're letting go of the old stinging nettle leaves. So inhale up, arching the spine, arms behind the back, and round and spine back. And we begin to go into a flow, picking up the pace, getting rid of the frustration, the anger, the irritation. Shake it out to the hands and the elbows, out to the shoulders. Flicking it out. And inhale. And exhale. Release the shoulders and the neck. And feel that inflow of prana. This is the fuel like the nitrogen. And it helps to transform the old emotions as you release them. Okay, last one. This one is to get rid of those old accumulative emotions. And we're imagining that we're using like lettuce leaves. We're getting rid of lettuce leaves and cabbages. So here we go. Inhale left, exhale right. Swing from the navel. And keep the hips steady, don't move the hips. Pushing the old baggage away. Inhale, lift the arms up, suspend the breath, and then gradually exhale, releasing the arms down by the sides. Ooh. And let yourself breathe long and deep. Feel this fresh, transformative energy circulating through your heart center. Feel it lightening you. And allowing the light of your heart and the fruits of your life to come through. And the fruits of our lives come as we allow that flow of giving and receiving to carry us through our lives as we're able to share our gifts and nurture each other. Thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye for now.